Hey guys, Thatnub here. Today we're checking out the M2R Warrior from OLIGHT. Inside the box you get the light itself, a USB charging cable, owner's manual, lanyard, and a carrying case. This flashlight has a lot of features on it, so we're going to kind of run through some of them now, starting with our pocket clip here. Now this is a dual pocket clip, so you can either put it in your pocket that way or that way. So if you like to carry with the lens up, then you can put it in like that. And if you like to carry with the lens down, you can put it in like that and not have to worry about swapping that out. Speaking of swapping it out, you can put it on the back side here if you want. And now, if you're going to pocket carry with the lens facing down, look how deep this goes. It almost is flush with the tip of the light here, so you can carry that very deep in your pocket. I know a lot of people like that. So the other thing you can do is put this onto the bill of your hat and use it as a headlamp. Let's go to the battery here. This comes with a 3500 milliamp hour 3.6 volt 18650 rechargeable battery. That is cool. Now in this light, you can see right here it says positive up and negative down. So when we put our battery in, we put the positive tip towards the back spring here, which is kind of different. But the reason why they did that is because of the charger. So this has a magnetic based charger, and it can go right on there, plug it into a USB, and it will charge. Now, one of the cool things about this is you can use a different battery in here and recharge your different battery in here using the magnetic charger. This here is my current backup that I keep on my duty belt for work, and this is the Thrunite TN12. And in there I use my Thrunite battery. So let's go ahead and put it into here. Put this back on. Plug in our charger, and you can see it's glowing green right now. And look at there. Let's turn these lights down. And you can see now it is red. So it is charging my Thrunite battery in my OLIGHT. So you can charge 18650 batteries with this magnetic charger, even if they're not from OLIGHT, which is pretty cool. Currently at work, this is my main flashlight. It is the X7R from OLIGHT, and this thing is awesome. 12,000 lumens of light. I call it my can of sunshine. And I have been for the longest time using my Thrunite here for my backup flashlight. You can see they're both about the same diameter. The OLIGHT is a little bit shorter, which I kind of like that. I don't really use the belt clips. I use the carrying cases for my flashlights to keep on my duty belt. This one, my Thrunite, when I turn it on, sometimes I'll accidentally hit this button right here and it will turn it off, or not off, but onto Firefly mode or Moonlight mode. And then I have to be like, oh wait, where's the button? I forgot to, because this gets dark out there at night. So I like that the OLIGHT, it's harder to cycle through the modes. You have to like intentionally do it, and we'll get to that in a minute. So I think I might carry both like OLIGHTs for work at night. Another feature I like about the OLIGHTs is it has a lockout feature here, so you don't accidentally bump your light on when you don't really want it on. So I see a lot of guys that will have their hip glowing, the holster for their flashlight is kind of glowing, and you're like, hey dude, your light's on, and oh man, just wear down my batteries and don't even realize how long they've had it on or not. So I like that you can lock out the OLights. And to do that, you hold this button here down, and you're going to see it's going to go into its moonlight mode. And then when that turns off, now it's in lockout. So if you accidentally hit this button, or any button, it's going to show this red light here saying that you are currently locked out. So it will not accidentally turn on when you don't want it on. To turn that back off, hold down that button until the moonlight mode kicks on, and then you will be out of your lockout mode. So then you can cycle through all of your different settings. Now we're going to start through some of our modes. Let's go ahead and kick on the moonlight mode. And again, to do that, you just hold this down for a couple seconds till it turns on. And there you go. And that is at 1 lumen of light. And it can stay lit like that for 25 days with this battery in here. Next we have low. And low is going to be holding it down for a second and kicking it up. And that is going to be 15 lumens for 70 hours. Hold it down for a second again. And we're going to get to medium 2, which is 60 lumens for 20 hours. Hold it down again. And we go up to medium 1, which is 250 lumens. And it'll stay there for 6 hours, 15 minutes. Then we have high, and that is 700 lumens, and it will stay lit there for 2 hours. If you turn it off, wait a while, and then turn it back on, it will go back to the mode that you used last. So it does have memory. Now let's check out turbo. To get to turbo, you have to double click. And that is 1000 lumens. It'll stay lit there for 3 minutes and then kick down to 700 lumens, which is high, and it'll stay there for about 2 hours. On the tail cap here, we have our button, part of the magnetic base for charging. And if you hold it down just momentarily, about half push, it will turn on until you release it. So it's just a momentary on. And if you push it all the way down, you will get onto high, and that will shine until you turn it off. I like that because when I walk around, I'll see a shady corner or something like that. I'll just kind of like, okay, yep, we're good. Yep, we're good. So I like having that little momentary on button. Now to get to its turbo mode, the high speed turbo mode, which is 1500 lumens, you have to actually switch the modes that the flashlight operates on. So to do that, we are going to push this button down and then this one here at the same time. And once you see it flash on the strobe, you can let go. Now, when you half momentary push this down, it will kick up to 1500 lumens. And if you push it all the way down, it will go into strobe. Now both of those are momentary. It will not click on or stay on to the 1500 lumen turbo or the strobe. It's just half down for the turbo, all the way in for the strobe. And as soon as you let go, it both turns off. The other way you can get into your turbo mode is to double click this button. And then you'll be into turbo. And the other way to get into the strobe is to triple click this button. And then you're in your strobe. Then to switch it back out of its tactical mode, you push this down at the same time. Once it stops, you are back to your regular mode. They call it outdoor mode, I think. And then if you hold it down, it's just momentary. Push it all the way in, then it is turbo. I have yet to actually use strobe in some kind of tactical situation. I think it would be more effective to just have the turbo on and shining like around there. You get those little tracer lights when you're looking at a flashlight like that. So I like that more than the strobe. Plus, I don't really see that well with the strobe, so I don't think I'm going to switch this over to the 1500 tactical lumen mode, just because this thing gives off plenty of light, and I don't like the fact that I have to hold down the button the whole time I want to use the turbo. I kind of wish they would have had maybe strobe be the half click, and then if you full clicked it, it would just kick onto the turbo. But I'm not making a flashlight, so there's that. It does have a little beveled edge here, but it's not really something that would help you out in a fight or something like that. Currently on my duty belt, and this would be in, say, my back left hip, I have my backup Thrunite in this little Velcro carrying case, which I find very convenient. I can just lift it, grab it, pull it out, and it does its thing. For the OLIGHT, you have this little band here covering this little button. Push the button in and it will open up. It's easy enough if this was like maybe on a load bearing equipment or something like that, on my shirt, and I could like maybe from the front. But being back behind me, I'm basically going to be trying to figure this out with one hand, and it's not really going to be that comfortable, so I might bail on this carrying case. Take the belt clip off, and it will fit into my Thrunite carrying case, and then slide out nice and easy. So I might do that instead of having to deal with this buckle. I can barely get open when I'm looking right at it. This one right there. Well, that's enough playing with this thing inside. Let's take it outside and see just how bright it gets. Okay, we are outside. It is dark 30 on an overcast night, so this is about as dark as it can get. Let's go ahead and put this thing on its moonlight mode. And that is 1 lumen right there on the railing for our deck. That is about all you can see. Let's put it on to low. That lights up our railing pretty good. Maybe out into the grass just a little bit. And onto the pump house a little bit as well. Put on to medium. That lights up our railing out into the yard. You can see the sprinklers on. Pump house. A little bit of the fence line out there. Let's put it on to medium 1. That's pretty bright. All the way out to the edge of the yard. That whole fence line there. And I can see it on the trees across the road. Let's go to high. And that goes all the way out there. Lights up the trees on the other side of the road. Awesome. Okay, so let's turn that one off. And we're going to try our momentary on. And our steady on. And now let's kick it up to the 1500 lumen turbo. Okay, so now when I momentarily hold it on, that is going to be our 1500 lumen right there. Lights up everything. Then if I hold it down, that is going to be our strobe. Well, that's all I have for this video. As always, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next one.